So I moved you over. This is the general location of stuff, and the red mark is where you got a satellite image about somewhere there.
Ooh.
It's on the right continent.
Oh, that is much closer than I anticipated it being. I thought that would be like all the way around the planet.
It's a fan-made map, basically. But I anticipated everything to be much farther away, but he put thought in it. But if you look at the GM channel, there are right now several different versions of the area around Evergreen, and they all have similarities because they're from the same description. But if you hold them next to each other, you would be like, no, that can't be the same area.
Yeah.
So, because it's all fan-made maps, what can you do?
Mhm.
And yeah, sorry, I really thought it was like big ocean. Yeah, not that big.
I mean, like, it's still technically a big ocean in terms of how are we going to get across this if we didn't have anything.
Yeah.
But in terms of having, like, our vehicle that allows us to fly there, it's like, oh yeah, that's probably a few hours flight, right?
No, it's a few hours flight. But like, that's what I said.
Right.
It's the flight. It's a few hours, but by foot it would take weeks.
Yeah. And I think the bounding box for, like, the previous map is, like, something about this. I'm right. So, total territory we've been in and bothered with versus how far we're going out. Quite a scale difference. I wonder, are we all using completely new mech tokens this time around?
Oh, you
I think
remember
every single one of us has a new mech model and token.
but remember, you will be flying without your max. So.
Right. In case we like fly back home and we do something.
I think that's just called falling.
That's okay. I'll fall on top of the enemies and such.
Okay. So, I had. Is everybody ready?
Yep. I'm good.
So, who wants to do the recap? Zero?
Oh boy. Now I gotta actually remember what happened. I believe last time we dealt with the incoming colonial forces who are more or less trying to take charge of the of Evergreen over us while still putting us to our duties. We spent a good time dealing with the refugees, making sure my shuttle ended up taking off in secret, and ushering refugees to the Evergreen side of the river to hide into unused houses, where they should more or less be protected. After a little bit of discussion and give and take, we convinced the colonial forces to allow us to fly over to a strange city we've seen on satellite and figure out what's going on there. And hopefully, in the process, find some sort of clue to indicate where King Watcher is and how we can deal with him.
Yeah. Yes, that pretty much sums it up.
Yay.
The morning when you are preparing to fly over, an unannounced shuttle arrives, and a new pilot steps out. Teta?
Yeah. I imagine that I walk out with a large case under my arm, Visually, I look like a. You know what? I'm just gonna describe what I'm just gonna describe what I'm wearing instead of just describing what I am. I am wearing an officer's peak. Ah, man, my push to talk just keeps failing me.
I know.
What's the last thing you heard me say?
Describe what you're wearing.
Oh, okay. If you're asking me to, then I'm sure I will. I am wearing an officer's peaked hat and French cut leather trench coat. Da 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 da. I have a officer's open collar dress tunic, decorated with a whole slew of various medals and embroidered patches across the arms and lapels. Beneath this is a white shirt with a fox gold medal worn around the neck, secured with a black cotton tie. I have a embroidered silver brocade dress belt featuring a green velvet lining and a round metal buckle with clasp. Officer's straight leg trouser with white piping that runs down the sides of the seams, and a pair of dress shoes. We were asked to describe what we were wearing.
Very fancy.
Yes. I've got. I have a Germanic look to me. I have blonde hair, very angular features, and I am smiling. And I am looking around with a rather confused look on my face. Other than the smile, of course. The smile is just always there.
Zero will approach, and given what he was planning on today, he is dressed more casually than usual, in a black button-up shirt and tight navy pants, and a large backpack on his back, which is probably an Omni hook. He almost looks like an ordinary student for a second, as he approaches you and will offer up his hand. Uh, Teal-chan, I imagine our company has at least sent word that someone was coming, correct?
No, you didn't
Nope,
receive
not at all.
anything. But uh, not so far. But now you receive something which is dated a few months back, and you shall expect the arrival of a new pilot, and you wonder why it got lost.
Ah, got lost on the OmniNet for some reason. Interesting. Oh, I have the message in hand. I see this new person, and I will go up to shake their hand.
Do you not say anything?
Of course, I'll approach and go, "Hello there," and then look at my iPad. Mr.
Yes, I want you to
What does
read
it actually
that.
say?
I want you to read that. Alright, now I'm joking.
Gordon Pochenka?
I intentionally chose a language. That way the image would make sense.
Yeah.
Hold on one sec.
But what does it say on it?
It would say Herman Jin Hockett.
Alright. So I'll say, hello there, Herman. I'm Zero. I'm XO on the mission. It's nice to meet you.
He will put down his rather large case at his side, stand at attention, give the backwards hand salute, and say, "Sir, code name Showbiz, reporting for duty, sir."
Alright, Showbiz. Well, we don't have a show ready for today, but we were just about to set out on an excursion.
Understood, sir. Should I prepare for excursion then, sir?
That you should. And I will give you a brief rundown of what we were planning, which I've already at least explained out loud, so, we're going over here, we're doing the thing, we're looking for an AI, things should be interesting, hoping not for the worst.
I imagine that somewhere behind me, my mech is being offloaded from this shuttle. As a size 2 mech, it is rather large. And just for the sake of appearances, I imagine you got the flaring red lights as it's being unloaded from the back of a shuttle. The warning: do not stand in this zone. This zone is for loading of
It
cargo only.
opens up, it pressurizes, there's smoke coming out, yeah.
Yeah, that whole scene. Otherwise, it looks like a rather large, featureless male with a single eye.
Minimalist. Very interesting.
That's showbiz.
Well, Showbiz,
I
while
put
we
in
are
the
planning an excursion, we only have 2 outgoing tactics, one of which is to either stay quiet or perhaps infiltrate casually and see what happens. We won't be bringing along the mechs on this excursion, but we shouldn't be out for more than a day or 2.
I see, sir. And this would be infiltration of what sort of variety, sir?
An unknown civilian city.
Formal
And the
dress
records
should
of it
be
only
what, sir?
satellite. Maybe a bit more casual than all of this, he says as he, like, waves his hand at, like, all of your medals. I think that might attract a little attention.
Yes, sir. Standard formal dress, sir.
Well, I suppose it'll suffice. Alright. Uh, so, plan is still a go, I think. Unless anything, happens last second. I think, Teal-chan, you were, gonna say something a little earlier?
no, I just wanted to prompt you. So I'm just
Okay.
waiting for your takeoff and if you-
Yep. As you've explained to us before, the plane is small with very little passenger space, and we are already awkwardly stuffing in a size 1 mech just
No,
to be our plane guardian.
the size 1 bag is
No, the size 1
painfully
half one.
missing.
The
Yeah,
half
yeah.
one, the one from
You mean
the other guy.
Cyrus,
Yeah, Cyrus.
basically. Yeah, Cyrus didn't show up.
Well, that's one more mystery to solve. I'll go ahead and make sure to send a message to the Colonial Forces to be on alert for where this mech is and what it's doing. But we needed the space anyway, so I'm not going to fret very much right now. So, I believe that is all 3 of us loading up and launching.
Who wants to be the pilot and which route do you want to take? Or where do you want to land? So,
I think, Cobra, you were our choice for pilot before, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and be pilot. As for route, I'm not seeing anything necessarily wrong with a direct route at the moment. And I think our plan will be to land a short distance from the city, like maybe here, and then travel there.
with short distance, mean you with inside, with outside?
Hopefully outside of sight, like behind any tree curtain, would be preferable, but within some reasonable walking distance.
That means you want a low altitude approach.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Cobra, you're the pilot, so your commander issued his plan, but you are the one to execute it. So
He will take a low pass over the water there and land out of sight of the city, like was described. Oh, and since everyone's describing what they're wearing, he's got on a old olive drab and camo military uniform that was in use in or around his home area 20 or so years ago. That was before he was jailed. And it's the style he's most comfortable with. He knows where all the pockets are and everything, so he can put something away and then get it out real quick. I guess he would have been a lieutenant at least. So there is a faded area all around where the rank insignia had been on the uniform, but the rank insignia has since been taken off, leaving some darker, fresher looking fabric in its place. All in all, though, it looks well worn, well used, and clean.
Okay, then is anybody on the lookout while flying?
For what?
For stuff you could see while flying. Or you can sleep if you prefer.
I'm not too good at looking, but I may as well go ahead and take a look anyway.
Okay. And Cobra, you give me a flying check, whatever you want to roll for that.
Oh,
All right.
nice 20.
All right. What's more important, guys? Getting there fast or getting there unseen?
I'll say unseen for the time being.
Okay. Oh shit, I kind of fuckered that up.
I mean, standard difficulty is 4 in the system, so that's fine. And
Standard difficulty is 4?
10.
I was gonna say 4?
I mind. No, it's...
That's a pretty low standard.
Yeah. Yes, okay. Back to describing. You fly down, and for several hours, it's pretty uneventful. I mean, you see woods, some mountains, more woods, followed by even more woods. And once you, for the most part, over the ocean, you see nothing, but outside of the city, you see some small ships. Up from here, it looks like it's mostly fishing ships, but there are some military patrols also. So it's like a Coast Guard boat or something, which seems to be scouting. But you manage to spot it before it sees you, and you can make a wider curve around it, so you can really manage to land unseen. You hope at least, because yeah, they didn't react, but you don't. If somebody looked in the wrong second, he would have seen you, but you are confident you weren't seen. So it took you a little bit longer than expected, but you are now on the ground. What you guess, maybe a few hours from the city.
All right. So, time to go ahead and put the ship on lockdown and make our approach to the city. Once we get within range of it, we can have Cobra go in first. Maybe radio us back a message if everything looks safe, and maybe we could just walk right in. That is my current hypothesis.
Yeah. After a few hours of walking, once you reach the limits of your little patch of trees, you see farming land and a city in the distance. So if you would have to cross farms, and people are working there with usual farming equipment like machines and so on. And they just, it seems they are getting one of the last harvests because it's already autumn.
Okay.
And yeah, everybody concentrates on farming and just stand in the trees, so nobody
Right.
spotted you.
Yeah, we don't stand out. They don't seem to notice us. So that's already a good sign. Maybe we really can just walk right in.
Is that maybe you try to do, or what is?
Like I said, the plan was that once we get in range of the city, we'll send Cobra in first, and if that succeeds, he can message us or me directly, and then we could all proceed in. So I guess that's the question. Is there like a huge 20-foot tall guarded wall with like active spotlights searching back and forth and armed guards, or is it just a road into town?
Oh, it's did anybody bring something like what's it called?
I have an
Glasses?
Omni Hook, Smart Scope, and data plating in case you need me to list my gear.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
Smart Scope, I think is what you sounded like you were looking for.
yeah, something like a smart scope.
Right, so here, standing in the middle of the road with a bunch of farmers, maybe half paying attention to me, I pull out a Smart Scope.
So, yeah, the city really isn't walled, but you sometimes see military patrols walking around.
They've got walking tanks of oil.
No,
Sorry, that was just a joke on the accent. Sorry.
Patrouille. That's mean.
I'm sorry.
Terribly.
Walking tanks of petrol.
So there are active military. Do they have any kind of insignia or marking? Can you see that in your scope?
Do you want me to make a roll?
They have white with red something. Let me look. Damn, no, I won't find. On the left arm, they have this white with red thing, and besides that, their uniform looks exactly like 500-year-old Union uniforms.
So kind of like mine.
I guess yours looked a little bit more recent.
Well, I mean, mine looks more like a third committee uniform than the fourth committee, which is what our current government is.
Yeah, but theirs is like a second committee, right?
I don't know. I don't know how
Yeah,
long ago the second committee would have been. If you're saying it's 500 years ago, I am bound to believe you.
Pretty old looking. Still, that's
Yes.
interesting information. And I think we clarified before, they don't have OmniNet access at all, right?
I thought they did. Isn't this the city with the satellite in orbit on the other side of the planet? Or apparently not on the
It's
other
the
side?
one we scouted with our satellite, yes.
Right.
But specifically, the reason we had to come here is we couldn't initiate communications from a distance.
Okay, I think I just misremembered whose satellite was whose.
Okay. Oh, I now. Sorry, it's not white and red. It's white and black. A white field with a black canton in the upper left.
A black what in the upper left?
Yeah.
What's the word that you used?
Yeah. Here, I write it in chat.
I don't know what a canton is. I think that's the problem.
It's from the book. I don't know either.
Do you know what it is, Griff? I'm calling you out.
Usually that's a term I associate with a location. Like, it's a neighborhood or province or
Yeah,
something.
administrative
I'm not sure what it
division.
is as an object.
It's a city in Ohio. They've got the city of Ohio on their arm.
Okay.
Still, so they're wearing old uniforms. Maybe we do have the chance to just kind of approach and see what's happening. But I'm still not entirely certain about the amount of danger this could be. What do you guys think?
I think a canton is a quarter of a flag.
Okay, that would make some sense.
Oh, there. Hold on, I'll just drop it in Discord.
So a quarter of their flag is something, and then the rest is filled in with something else. That would make sense to the design then. There we go.
Yeah. So it's 3/4 white and 1/4 black.
Cool. So salient question was, what do you guys think about how we should approach this?
I mean, I'm sorry. Sir, I believe that perhaps the best course of entry would be... Sorry, I just forgot the word that I was looking for.
Yeah, I was wondering. I thought you cut off again.
Yeah, no, that'd be the perfect... And then I just end it with sir. And you're like, what did you say? Sorry, sir, I do never repeat myself, sir. I believe the best source of entry, sir, would be to infiltrate civilian. Like, sir. I'm gonna look over at the farmers. What do the farmers look like they're wearing?
Yeah, it's some are bare chested and just wearing trousers, but they are mostly wearing more plain clothes, so blue or greenish tones, simple t-shirt.
I suggest that we dress down like them, sir, and just proceed to walk in. Sir.
They're farming Gangnam style.
Well, I'm dressed a little less like a worker, but I should fit in. Cobra, you, I think, more or less fit in as a worker already.
I will proceed to take off my jacket, unbutton my shirt, fold them up neatly, and put them in my pocket.
Cobra was wearing camouflage, right?
Well, like olive drab with camouflage parts. Basically a 20 to 25-year-old military uniform that could be just seen in surplus.
Well, just take off your pants, and then fold them inside out. I don't know that the inside of your pants are also going to be camo, are they?
So.
Alright, so we take a couple measures, and objective will be to go in, be quiet, not necessarily initiate full contact with them as a community, but maybe try to ask some salient questions about what's going on and who's in charge.
So Cobra, you turn around your camouflage, or?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, some of the farm workers look at you.
As you take off your pants in the middle of the street.
No, once you start walking, sorry. For being,
oh, nobody watches you while you get undressed. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're, I figure you're still in the trees, right? But
I would hope so.
Yeah, more or less.
Oh, I didn't know we were in the trees. I seriously still thought we were like in the middle of the road.
No, you were just at the end of the trees.
That's fine. So I'm bare-chested and walking around in pants.
So yeah, some of the workers look at you and then go back to work. I mean, it's probably not usual that somebody comes from this woods, or maybe they're just curious. You can walk inside of town, and at first you also manage to not walk right into the military. You guesstimate it maybe has 15,000 inhabitants or so. So it's not like everybody knows everybody, but your clothes still kind of stand out. So not extremely, but it's not what the inhabitants here were. And also when you heard him talking, they all speak standard Union, but like a slightly drifted 500-year-old variant. So yeah, you can understand them, but you're pretty sure once you start speaking, you will be recognized.
I have data plating.
Perfect.
Okay, everybody without data plating will stand out, as at least not from around the city. Yeah,
Mhm.
you're in a city which goes about its daily lives. Some workshops, some maybe one or two open cafes, some shops where you could buy clothing, but you guess you won't have the right currency.
Well, I mean, that's not a problem, really. What are we here to do again?
So yeah, I'm waiting for you to announce what you're doing right now.
Right,
You're
but I mean,
standing-
what are we trying to... What's the source of information that we're trying to get?
We're trying to figure out who's in charge, what's been happening here, what these guys' disposition is, what their plans are. Really, we're just trying to figure out who they are, what's up, and maybe anything to do about King Watcher.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
So what we have here is we have our data plate, and Cobra, you have extra rations. We can go
Yes.
ahead and start initiating some trades, maybe get some more local clothing for the time being.
Nothing makes you seem like you belong here, like trying to trade food with people on the street.
Well, sure, there are farmers out there, and we have food, and they must have some sort of system. I'm sure we can find a place to exchange goods.
Let me get a quick lay of the land here. What's the area around us look like again?
I mean, yeah, this city.
Not
is
our
small.
immediate surroundings. Like, what's immediately around us when I could see?
Okay, yeah, you see a clothing shop, one cafe, some the houses are made with bricks, and it's mostly one or two story houses, maybe one three-story house, and some people walk around, but the streets aren't that full. You guess most people are just working.
Okay, people are walking around. Are there like benches anywhere?
I didn't get your question.
I said,
Could you repeat?
okay, people are walking around. Are there benches anywhere?
Yes, there's one bench.
Is there anybody sitting in it?
No,
Damn it.
but in the cafe there's sitting three people in front around the table.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that. Is there a trash can anywhere?
Yes.
If I look in the trash can, is it just garbage, or is there like somebody throwing away a newspaper or something like that?
What year is it?
I mean, I don't want to rifle through the trash can. I'm more asking, like, if I look in the trash, what's, like, on top of the trash?
Yeah. It's one of those trash cans with a very narrow entry where most things fall down. So if you
Yeah,
want
no, I
to-
got you. Not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go sit on the bench.
To help out, because I kind of liked where that train of thought was going, could I maybe read a situation, see if I can get a feel of how are people getting their news? Like he suggested newspapers. Do people carry around like data tablets? Or are people like constantly talking between each other?
Yeah, you don't have to roll for that. You see some data tablet on the table. So the three people in the cafe, there's one data tablet in front of them. So you guess it will be also used for news.
You know what? I'll go to that table.
There are three men in their 20s sitting there. Yeah.
Are there 3 chairs, or are there more chairs than they're using?
It's more a 5-person table.
Okay.
But if you take a chair from another table, you could fit.
Well, no, you said there's 3 people there, and it's a 5
Yeah.
table.
I mean, you all 3 of you could fit.
Oh, okay. I'm not trying to drag a whole party into whatever I'm about to do. So,
Hi, we're just here to crash your lunch.
right, I'm trying to seem like the one guy, right? So,
Yeah, it's lunch is in midday, right?
Yes.
that's
So
typically
yeah.
the time for lunch. Yes.
Yeah. In Germany, we called it midday food. So I always mix up.
So
lunch and dinner.
scientific,
Okay.
you Germans.
Yes.
Anyway, I want to
And-
act like I'm walking past the table.
Clarifying the fiction, it's not midday or noon. It's more like 4 o'clock or so.
Okay, to clarify,
Um,
I don't actually care because that's not going to matter to me at all.
Okay.
I want to act like I'm walking past the table, see a chair, and just flop back into it like I am exhausted. Again, I am shirtless, wearing just pants. I want to look like one of the farmers, but I'm clearly wearing pants that are better than a farmer's pants.
So, yeah. You, it seems all 3 of these guys work at the same shop and go through some sort of vocational training and are ranting about how horrible their boss is.
Oh, man. Yeah, guys, tell me about it. I was just out there in the fields, and they are really pushing us today. I totally understand your 20-year-old angst.
Hello there, fellow kids.
I mean, I am probably like 40s, mid 40s.
Give me a roll how convincing you are in your
Charm? Can I
understanding.
use charm?
You can use charm.
I've hit the other. Wow. Awesome. That's with a +6, by the way, so you can imagine what the original roll was. Turns out they hate shirtless old men. They beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, they give you a glancing look and then just go on to ignore you. And they grow a little bit more quiet, so you have a harder time overhearing them.
Yeah, I might as well have just said hello, fellow kids, for what that was worth.
And now they are ranting about old guys in general.
Hey,
the waitress
when I was your
approaches
age,
you.
here in this city.
Excuse me, sir. What can I bring you?
Bring me a snot.
Excuse me, what?
What do you recommend? I am parched from a day in the sun.
Oh, you want just a drink or something to eat?
You know, I am just getting off of work. I am famished as well. What is your best... What's the deals for the day?
What's the what?
What's your deal for the day? What is your soup du jour?
Oh, yeah. Oh, when you say soup du jour, she looks at you like, what? But
I mean, it would
yeah,
translate to whatever the equivalent is. So
Yeah, but basically you look like a low-field farmer and you use an educated word.
Oh, wow. Are you stereotyping? Is that what you're about? Do I have to give you a bad review? You're not working for a tip, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. It's what do you infer interesting?
What I'm trying to do right
man.
now is I'm trying to take control of this conversation, which is another skill I'm fairly not bad at.
Yeah.
Everyone, I'm taking this conversation hostage.
I'm recommending a poor night with a side of dark beer.
I'm sorry, what was that first thing?
A poor night.
A poor night?
Yes.
This is me out of character. I'm trying to. What is a poor night? Is that something I would have to know in character, or is that a literal real world thing that I should know but I don't?
Yeah, you totally won't know. It's a kind of German dish.
Okay.
And outside of Germany, you would. What? And not every part in Germany eats it anyway.
Alright, I just didn't know if that was like a real thing or that's like their thing in character.
Yeah, it's apparently they like fancy names for the dishes.
Got it. Sounds good. I'll take one, please.
She nods and walks back in.
So that's it's kind of rude of her, wasn't it? I'm gonna try again with these young kids.
You hear from the other table. Oh, you're rude too. Maybe if you were nicer, she would be nice.
What do you mean, nicer? She insulted me for using a word that she thought I shouldn't know.
Yeah. What's your deal anyway?
I'm tired. I just got off of work. I thought I'd relax for a second before going back home.
Yeah.
Is that a problem? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, okay?
Yeah. The one guy looks to his two buddies. I guess we'll pay now. And
Look, it's hard out there, alright? Don't let your youth go to waste. You really gotta figure out where you want to be as this life goes by. Don't be like me, late 40s, still working the fields. You gotta know where you're going, man. Trust me, life does not get any easier.
yeah. Thanks, Pa.
Speaking of life not getting easier, I know we just met and you hate my guts, but I think I forgot my wallet and I just ordered food. This is a real problem.
They give you a look like, are you kidding me?
Look, man,
And
I will
just
pay
say-
you back. I swear I'm not. Look at these pants, right? I'm not as bad off as it may seem to be. I forgot my wallet. And I don't want to, like, run off and, like, have not paid for the food. That would be very inconsiderate. Give me, like, an address or something like that, and I swear to God, I will pay you back.
He rolls his eye, takes out his data pad and says, yeah, just give me your ID.
I just told you I forgot my wallet.
And your data pad.
Well, if I forgot my wallet, which has all of my credits in it, well, of course, then I'm not going to have my data pad.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
look, I'm an idiot. I screwed up. I've already admitted this much.
Okay, give me another roll.
Which one? Charm again, or stay cool? You want me to show off?
I mean, do you think it's charm? I don't know what's the closest, the best trigger you got. I mean, you're basically shitting them, right?
Right. I mean, I could be showing off my acting skills.
You could
No,
also
it's-
maybe be like offering them something else, like, oh, I'll go clean dishes for a bit then.
Well, no, because I'm not talking to the people that own the place. I'm talking to the 3 young kids.
young kids, then they're
I
only
mean,
10.
at best, I guess I'm trying to charm them into, hey, not such a bad guy, giving them life advice. Da, da, da.
Yeah, okay, go ahead and try to charm him.
I'm good for it. Look at me.
One of this guy flips you 2 coins and says, yeah, you're good. Just stay out of our sight. And then they go in and pay.
Nice, man. I will pay this forward.
Yeah, they didn't give you address, they just walked by.
No, I said pay it forward. Did they not have paying it forward in Germany?
Oh, no. I know it, but we don't have to.
Of course not. You have poor nights, but you don't pay it forward. Alright, well, I guess when they leave and I'm waiting for my food to come out, I'm just gonna wave everybody else over. Because the table's empty.
Zero, like, after seeing this, is like trying to hide like a smirk on his face with his hand, and he's just, putting his hand up like his neck and like going, no, cut us out.
Alright, I'm gonna shrug, but I've ordered food. It'd be very disrespectful to not have a drink and eat.
So yeah, after a few minutes, you get your poor night and your beer.
And a poor night, I'm guessing, is some sort of meat and potatoes?
No, it's basically bread and
French toast, but with sherry and extra sugar.
yeah.
French
It is
toast
a
at this time of day?
sweeter version of French toast.
French toast at this time of day? It's crazy.
I've done
Dude,
it.
French toast is for all times of the day. Don't you hate? Okay?
French toast is for breakfast.
No, French toast all the time.
No, that's
All the
crazy.
time.
That's crazy talk.
2 versus 1, bro.
That
But
doesn't
We
mean
don't talk
anything.
about that here.
Yeah, okay. And for you, it's French toast. For me, it's just bread. But anyway. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a different
she
style.
served-
It has way more sugar in it by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, eating my French toast and drinking my beer with French toast. God, this is a crazy place. This backwards world that we're living in. I didn't know I walked into this twilight zone of a universe.
You're just in space, Germany. It's fine. You'll live.
Beer and French toast. Anyways, is there like, I don't know, a TV in this place? Something like that? I mean, that I can see from the street? Or whatever serves as a TV.
I mean, most people just carry their data pad and use it like people nowadays use it smartphones and
Alright, I understand that, but even in the current day, you'll have people all
Yeah.
on their phones, but you'll look up and like a restaurant or something, and they'll have a TV still. And this place is like, as we've already covered, 200 to 300 years behind. So
yeah, you guess it's more 500 years behind, but by the look of it. Yeah, from where you're sitting, there's no TV in this cafe.
You
And
could
the-
always maybe ask your server if they would share their data pad while you're still here.
no, that sounds weird. That's like, hey, can I borrow your phone to the person who just had a tiff with? There's people next to me at a different table, apparently, right?
No, they just walked away.
Oh, I bet no. You said you the 3 guys, but you just said I had an argument with like couple of other people that were nearby.
Yeah. No, sorry, I meant the same 3 kids the whole time.
Oh shit.
So, yeah, you're apparently a little bit in early.
Okay, well, when the server comes back then, and then brings me the food and goes to walk away, I say, so what do you think about the next... I don't know how you eat French toast over there. You've already done everything so weird now. God, French toast and... Anyway, what do you think about the upcoming elections?
Uh,
Watch there be no elections on this world.
I mean, it's a shot in the dark, right?
She looks at you like you're from Ben Honore then.
I'm sorry, say that again. And out of character, say that again.
Ben Honore.
Ben Hunone? And she said, you're from Ben Hunone?
No, I wrote it in the chat.
No,
Ben Honore.
she said, you're from Ben Hunone?
Yes.
Is it that obvious?
Oh, yeah. You know, you remember, no elections around here.
But you don't vote on other matters?
She looks like you at you like you're crazy. Of course we don't vote. Don't you remember?
Right, but I mean, I thought kids today take a political activist approach to everything. I thought you would try to reach out and, do things. At least it was that way in my time.
Yeah, I pretty much would like that, but your people don't allow us to vote. So thank you very much. And she slams her hand on the table and turns around annoyed.
Huh. I'm gonna, look old and confused. I think my best defense is just to be an old man.
So just old in general.
Yeah, just, I don't understand what's going on.
Oh, and I can say that because I'm 43.
Well, my character is still older than you are, so... And he's an actor, so maybe he can pull off looking even older than that. Alright, well, I mean, I guess if the rest of the party's not going to join me at the table, and I've already gotten, I think, as much as I can get out of this woman, because she's never going to talk to me again.
Right now Zero and Cobra are sitting, back on the bench, watching, as backup in case something goes terribly wrong. But
Right.
Your terrible conversation is still informative.
Like, the big black van
Zero's
comes
in the
out,
background giving you, thumbs up and everything.
the big black van pulls up and grabs me by the shoulders, throws me in, drives off. You guys with thumbs up from the bench.
Well, now that he got captured, we can go home.
Yeah, thank God I injected him with that RFID chip before when he shook my hand.
I'm glad we gave him that cranial bomb. Now he can't tell them our secrets.
But yeah, I mean, I guess I'll finish eating the food, drink the drink, leave the 2 coins on the plate.
Yeah, just stick them right there in the syrup.
I mean, it's not like I'm gonna tip, so does it even matter? I'm not coming back here. Not worried what she's gonna do to my food next time. As long as I made the effort to pay, no court will convict me unless, I don't know, that court's run by an evil computer that's death for every crime. Who knows? Anyways, I'm gonna walk back towards the bench.
Yeah.
And I will sit on the bench with the same conviction that I sat down in that other chair to make it look like I don't know these people, and I just sat down in a second position. So that the police state security cameras that are invariably watching everybody around here won't have any connection.
And Zero, of course, will, quote, talk to the air to talk to you then. Disco, well, that was informative. Kinda hard to make out, but I kinda got the gist of it.
Yes, I would assume that the Ben Honay wherever that is some sort of resistance against the machine complex, which is invariably controlling the government and not allowing elections, Sarah?
That sounds about right. That kind of narrows things down a whole lot. All we need now is a better name for the machine complex, and if that's who we think it is, then everything makes sense, and I think we can walk away.
Oh, wow. I mean, this is the makeup of a bad spy movie from like the 80s, where we got all our information from a server making a random comment.
Well, it's not like we were ever here for secrets.
Right, I'm
Trying
just...
to get the lay of the land and not tip our hand early.
There is a bad 80s movie about two guys that are bad at business that get picked up by a Russian spy who wants to take them back to Russia to improve their town, because the town is full of people practicing to be spies. But the town is like 40 years behind what actual America is, because they're that bad. And the two guys just can't figure out that they're actually in Russia and not in this American town that they were supposed to be brought to. I just feel like we're in that level of territory right now.
As you're sitting, a group of subalterns in the same military uniform comes marching down the street. And you notice that most people around here, try to look away, don't look at them directly, and it doesn't seem they're particularly liked.
Zero is going to follow suit with that feeling of the people here and try not to make eye contact or let his face be too seen. Especially if they
Right.
may have seen it before. I can't remember if Zero's actually like exposed his face to King Watcher subalterns. I think not. Now that I think about it. But yeah, so he's going to just do what the crowd does here and blend in.
Right. Be the best fit.
Though their weaponry. Does it seem familiar to the weaponry the other subalterns were using?
Hmm.
Same make, same model, same types.
Damn, you're always asking the very good questions.
Well, I guess
These,
this is only the question of are they similar,
yeah, it's
rather than like asking you to dig up specifics, which I'm sorry if it feels that way.
also, these weapons look totally like 500-year-old Union rifles.
Hmm.
So maybe a little bit different, but not much. And yeah, I guess the other subalterns would have used the same weapon. But the other subalterns obviously weren't wearing any uniform like that.
Hmm. So at this point, then, I really feel like maybe we need one of those data pads. We have our Omni hooks, but those are radios, not smartphones. So we need a. I do have the consigliere unit. That could maybe be usable if I could connect it to the local network.